Here's an introduction to the readings for Tuesday. We've got two readings, a continuation of the ecosystems and human health reading from last time, and a very short case study on overfishing Alaskan halibut. The ecosystem and human health reading is about 30 pages, which is a little longer than we talked about, so let me focus your attention on 4 questions. I'd like you to come to class being prepared to deal with these 4 issues, okay? First of all, I want you to understand the scenarios that are described in pages 72 and 73. These are important scenarios that describe different futures that we might inhabit. I'd like you to understand the gist of each of those scenarios and then explore in more depth those scenarios or the consequences of those scenarios by looking at the graphs on page 74, 80, 81, and 82. In other words, if you understand the graphs on 74, 80, 81, and 82, you'll probably be in a position where you can thoughtfully discuss the impact of those scenarios. The second question I have for you relates to ecosystem degradation being borne disproportionately by poor people. The next chapter makes that argument, and I want you to assess that argument, and I want you to be able to say what's the evidence that ecosystem degradation is being borne disproportionately by the poor, and I want you to give a concrete example that supports that line of reasoning. The third thing I want you to do is to be able to describe what nonlinear change is. What the heck is nonlinear change? Why in the world would it matter with respect to sustainability and ecosystem health and well-being? And then the fourth thing I'd like you to do is the last chapter describes reasons for hope, and I'd like to just give some sense that help us understand what mechanisms might exist that would provide hope in the face of some pretty devastating ecological consequences that we're looking at. And then the other reading that I'd like you to do is just a simple short case study on overfishing of Alaskan halibut. Take a look at that. It's very short. It's just a couple of screens, very short screens on a website, and just be prepared to have a chat about that. So those are things. The major effort is with respect to ecosystems, human health, and well-being, and the 4 questions there. What are the scenarios? What's the evidence for ecosystem degradation being borne disproportionately by the poor? What in the world is this nonlinear change? And why in the world, in the face of all this, would we have any hope? I'll see you on Tuesday. Bye.